All right, let's make sure everybody remembers their job here. Raise your right hand. Yeah!
Swing Riders.
Oh, good, mighty fine. All right, now we set the mood with the Mexican song there. That really helps. But maybe if there's something else that you could help me with here, Doc, and set the mood with the, hey, Doc Blakely, remember? Set the mood for us, if you would. You probably have a Mexican joke you could put in here to set the whole ambiance.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Listen, this is probably the best Mexican joke they ever told. Best Mexican joke. Listen closely. Si se muere su suegra, entierra por boca abajo. Entonces, si quieres salir, tienes que ir más por abajo. Oh, I forget, there are a lot of bohemians out here. I'll translate for you. If your mother-in-law should die, bury her face down, and then if she tries to dig her way out, the only way she can go is further down. That's just a little joke, you mothers-in-law. Now, don't get tense.
All right, we're going to take a new swing rider into our outfit here as we push the cattle north on our figurative trail drive. His name is Charlie Siringo. We're going to play a little song about Charlie to introduce you to him. Oh, Charlie Siringo was just 19 years old in 1875. Hell-bent on pushing his luck with them longhorns up north on the Chisolm Trail Drive. He told his dear mother he'd promised to squander no wages on women and wine. But Charlie Siringo should never have made no big promises he couldn't mind. Now Charlie spent 15 long years on the hurricane deck of a Spanish cayuse, till the boss found out barbed wire worked cheaper than Charlie, and up and cut old Charlie loose. He drifted to Kansas, tended a store, but 3 years was more than he could stand. So Charlie Siringo rode up to Chicago and became a Pinkerton man. And Charlie Siringo, he loved a fandango, no one could argue with that. He'd ride in a minute for the pure glory in it, and he'd fight at the drop of a hat. That wild Texas gringo, Charlie Siringo, he rounded him up mighty fine, yes he did. And I am a friend of old Charlie Siringo, and Charlie's an old friend of mine. Well, Charlie Siringo rode down through Durango, summer of 1899. Hot on the trail of some bad desperados wanted over the Wyoming line. The hole in the wall gang had blowed up a pay train and gotten away with the dough. So Charlie spent months on the trail of a wild bunch, but let old Butch Cassidy go, and that's a fact. And Charlie Siringo, he loved a fandango, no one could argue with that. He'd ride in a minute for the pure glory in it, and he'd fight at the drop of a hat. That wild Texas gringo, Charlie Siringo, he rounded him up mighty fine, mighty fine. And I am a friend of old Charlie Siringo, and Charlie's an old friend of mine. Let's play one for Charlie. Doc Blakely on the mandolin there, just the way Charlie likes it. Mighty fine. Well, Charlie Siringo was 51 years old, the summer of 1906. And after 22 years as a cowboy detective, he figured he'd just call it quits. Now old Charlie understood he needed livelihood, couldn't get by on his looks. So Charlie remembered his Wild West adventures and wrote them all down in his books. And now Charlie Siringo, he loves a fandango, no one can argue with that. He will ride in a minute for the pure glory in it, and he'll fight at the drop of a hat. That wild Texas gringo, Charlie Siringo, he still rounds them up mighty fine, mighty fine. And I am a friend of old Charlie Siringo, and Charlie's an old friend of mine. That's why I'm a friend of old Charlie Siringo, Charlie's an old friend of mine. Here we go, Charlie.
And Charlie Siringo, by the way, was from Wharton County, which is where I live, and